changing who I am. I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life, and I won't look back ever again.
You ain't see me activated. You better hope that you never see me agitated. I think about my actions, plan them out, evaluated. That's how I end up on the top, man, I'm calculated. My mind's a weapon, my body is the engine. I'm never second guessing, I just do what I was destined. Cause I feel I got the blessing, persistence and obsession. That's how you keep progressing, I already learned that lesson, yeah.
I'm changing who I am. I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life, and I won't look back ever again. You can't stop what's moving. You can't stop what's moving. I'm changing my life, and I won't look back ever again.
No fear, see clear, you deserve to be great. I know it feels like things get in your way. Push through those walls and the others will fall. Sit up, stand tall, you can get through it all. I need some energy, anxiety's no friend to me. I have a short memory, I don't really remember things. That's how I move on, that's how I stay strong. A new day's on, I'll keep moving right along. And I feel like the pain in the past, it needs to stay in the past. You gotta take off the cast. I wanna feel like I'm a new person. I wanna have clear vision and purpose. And I feel like the pain shouldn't last. If you can move on and past the things that make you feel bad, and you can change in your brain, I'm certain. I've done it before, and man, I'm not perfect.
I'm changing who I am. I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life, and I won't look back ever again. You can't stop what's moving. You can't stop what's moving. I'm changing my life, and I won't look back ever again.
What is going on, fam? Welcome back to another episode. My name is TradeFly, bringing you some of the most important market news as well as technical analysis that you can actually use. Sorry about the delay today. As soon as I went to get on, the audio was coming out at like half the volume. So I was trying to troubleshoot. Troubleshoot wasn't working. I was like, well, there's only one thing left. Let's do a full restart. So here we are. Audio seems to be working just fine now. Woo, man. Have we had some action since the last time we have been live? I mean, talk about a dumpsy do. But is it over? Is it over? Have we seen the worst? Are we getting towards the bottom? Do we have some technical levels here to add a little bit of support? And hint, it is a sea of green out right now. So yes, there are some technical levels that are very prominent on the charts. We're going to look at those. We are seeing some bounces from a lot of the altcoins, and we'll talk a little bit about that. Why is that? Looking at Bitcoin dominance, we've been discussing this over the last couple weeks. What did I say, right? Like, you may not see that exponential move in correlation to Bitcoin because of Bitcoin dominance. It's not shooting up to the roof. It's actually staying the same. So there could be more of a parallel, right? And that seems to be reigning true as of right now. I think the altcoins have just gotten decimated to the point you're getting back to bear market lows. Some of them are past bear market lows. If you're going back to like 2022, 2023. So man, it has been wild. It has been wild. But you know what I got to do here? I got to say what's up to the homies in the chat, because that is how I roll. We got my man Steve Hickey in the chat. What up to you, bro? Good to see you. Sorry if I miss anybody at the top, because it's all cut off right now because you guys beat me to the punch here. We got Alexandra G, the best mod in all the space. What up to you, lady? Good to see you. We got Wix, wife, fine 89. She's one of our fellow moderators. How are you, lady? Good to see you. We got my man Harp in the chat. What up, bro? We got DDT, my man with the plan. He's giving you some of that TA, baby. We got my dude French Toaster. Hey, man. Hey, man. We had some fantasy football this weekend. Me and you, bro. It was me and you. All right, so keeping it going. Here we go. We got Melissa in the chat. What up to you? Good to see you, lady. We got Crip Dog with a let's go. Let's go, man. Let's get it. Let's get it. Got to scroll back up here now. You guys you ruined my spot. It's all right. It's all right. Scrolling. Who else we got here? We got Gear. He said, what up? It's been a minute. My man, thank you for being in here. Much, much appreciated. Offshore Miner with a good afternoon. How you doing, bro? Let's see. Can you look at Tao? Well, Wave Cypher won't give me any hope him. All right, fair enough. Try to remind me, dude. Try to remind me in a bit. We got the Outer Gang. I see it. We got Crypto Squid in the house. What up, bro? Good to see you. Andrea, how are you, lady? Hope all is well. Man, you guys are blowing up the chat. Ethereum almost hit your zone. I have been screaming for 28 to 2,900 for a long time. Yeah, it got pretty darn close. It really did. No doubt about it. All right, so let's go ahead. And HRJ sneaking in there at the bottom. All right, I'm done. No more sneaking in. Let's get it going. We're running late here. All right, over to Nada, a big old black screen. All right, that's super helpful for you guys, I'm sure. Let's go ahead. We'll fix that real quick. Easy fix. I'm running behind a little bit because we had to reset everything. So here you go. Crypto bubbles. There it is. There it is. Your sea of green, except for Edna just getting pummeled at 25.5%. Just taking all the hits for everyone. But that's all right. Sol's up 8.8%. Arrow's up 13.6%. Astra up 15%. Let's see. What else? Tau. There you go. 8.3%. What else we got? Render's up 10.4%. Man, I mean, there's a good, healthy bounce for a lot of cryptos out there. What is not moving as hard? Let me see. What's Cardano? I was looking at that earlier. That's only 4%. All right. So Link is 6.1. What else we got in here? Man, there was one thing. Oh yeah, AVAX. What's AVAX doing? 2.7. So it's not a big mover. And you know, it is getting under a key level of support. It might be acting as resistance right now. So that could be a little bit why you're seeing a delay there for those two, but we'll get to the charts here in a minute. Let's do a quick little update at coin market cap. We got us sitting at 3.2 trillion. That's up 2.4%. We came down to a very key level. Extreme fear. All right, now we've talked about this before. When people are fearful, sometimes it just seems to be the time to take a position. All right, but we are in extreme fear here. Bitcoin at 93.3. It is up 1.69% over 24 hours. Ethereum at 31.50, and that is up 5.31% over the last 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance sitting at 58.3%. So not any kind of move there. All right, for Bitcoin dominance, holding steady. Look at that. Look how quick. Let's see, that's the average crypto RSI. So I will delay my last on that one. I will shut up and keep it moving. All right, here we go. Let's go over to our next segment. That is going to be the Daily DJ. And delay, because your boy is all kinds of behind. All right, so Bitcoin. We ain't trading that. We got to find ourselves a shooby-dooby, poop-poopy-dooby coin. All right, it's not a poop-poopy-dooby coin, but you know what? Let's just do Tau. Tao, whatever you want to call it. All right, you guys, let's look at the votes right now. 17 votes. We are 71% Moon. All right. There is no arguing with that. You guys are Moon dominant. And you know what we're going to do? We got 5 on it. All right, we're going to put a 20x long position because that is what you guys want. Again, that's not how I trade. We're just having fun out here. Just slinging around, throwing TradeFly's money out the window. Don't even worry about it. Man, how y'all going to be down 5% in the first 2 seconds? That ain't real. Jeez. That ain't real. See, this is that craziness. I mean, real talk, I probably wouldn't have taken along there, but hey, all good. We're man of the people. We're having fun. All right, let's go over the economic calendar. And we'll scroll down a little bit. Let's find our high impact 3 stars, right? That's all I look at. High impact here. Wednesday. Whoa. What's she doing? Willis? All this stuff I usually have kind of laid out, but I had to do a restart. All right, November 19th. All right, so that is tomorrow. You got FOMC minutes, building permits, housing starts. On the 20th, you got non-farm payrolls, unemployment rate, and existing home sales. Those have been big topics of discussion. Those 2 things in particular here recently. So those are coming up. Those are going to be on Thursday. Obviously, FOMC minutes is pretty big. And yeah, there you go. So those are things that can move the market. Not going to dig too deep in them. Let's go over to our liquidation heat map. I'm not even going to try to adjust the screen right now. I'm just leaving it. You can see a lot of liquidity up to the top side, about 96,000. There is a key area at about 98.5. I want you guys to pay close attention to, and that would clear out this liquidity. Man, that would put us right in a pretty nice spot. So yes, trend currently down. We're going to look at that, but you don't want to fight the trend too hard. You don't want to fight it too hard. And so that would say, hey, the bias should be to kind of be looking for some short setups. I think I may have one, but you know what? I got to give you guys, a little bit of life. Okay. Like, it's not over. You guys don't cry yet. Okay. Don't cry yet. Now this don't look great. Okay. This right here, this don't look great. I'll be reals with you. All right. The structure you're building right now is a series of lower highs and lower lows. Not ideal. Okay. But this is why when I'm saying, hey, there could be a short setup, there definitely could be, right? So you have liquidity right about here underneath a very key level of horizontal support. You got the channel, you got the trend line. I mean, there's a lot lining up in this area in terms of confluence, and that would kind of keep the structure of the current move. So about 98.5 is an area, yes, currently I will probably be looking for a potential short there. Again, let the candles talk to you. Don't just blindly short it. But that being said, there could be an opportunity, right? Because if you see that selling pressure come in, right, you see a nice little wick out of that area, right? Liquidity will be off the table. Then you're reestablishing down below the zone again. You're seeing some bearish candles come back in. Don't fight the trend, right? I mean, the trend is your friend till the end. Until we see something different, we're gonna roll with that. All right, we are gonna roll with that. Now, from a zoomed out perspective, let me lighten the mood here a little bit. It ain't over, okay? It ain't over. It is not. Something I want to show you here. Let me see if I can pull it up. I put this out on a couple different places, but let's do a date price range. So there you go. Let's take the top to the bottom, 34%. Let's take the top to the bottom, 31%. Take the top. And that is only 29. So 30%. Where is about 35, 33%, right? Right there. Right there at the 0.786. Now you're probably like, well, why is that a good thing? We haven't even really, this one came down 31, so we're pretty damn close. And all of them did find support on the golden pocket. But this one was 34%. So to us to come down to the 0.786 and find the median of the channel, that's not out of the question. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? You're setting a series of higher lows. Now, are you getting a little bit of diminishing returns, a little bit of a rounding nature? Yeah, because this one, 618, like if you don't get that bounce there on the 618 and you go down to the 0.786, that is different than these two. But here nor there, here's some hopium. Here is some hopium because you did come down 30%, golden pocket. It looks pretty similar, right? Now, the thing that is different and that the thing that everyone got wrapped around and who knows, right? Because if you go on the weekly, you did lose the 50 SMA, right? I know everyone's getting all crazy about that. You did lose this trend line. So everyone's like, the structure has changed. Yes, it has. But also, that's saying we're taking the bottom of this one and the bottom of this range here. Like before this happened, what did it look like? Well, this trend line would have been higher until it actually broke down below, right? You didn't get a close below the 50 SMA. So there is that. But here nor there, it's following what we've seen before. And let me be clear. And I said this on the last space that I was on. Bitcoin does not determine the bear market. So let's get that out of the way. Okay. Like Bitcoin is going to parallel the traditional markets. If they go down, Bitcoin will go down. It's just how it is. It's just, is it going to move? Like once we get this consolidation, or once, the NASDAQ and the SPX is moving its way up, like what's kind of Bitcoin doing within that construct? But they're still paralleling with a loose correlation. They're still paralleling. So you got to understand that. I don't think it's all over. Now, the concern that I have, and a lot of people try to say, hey, this is not the fact right now, is that if you're looking at the 4-year cycle between 12 and 18 months after the halving, post-halving, what should happen? You should get your peak. I think we may, I don't know. It's tough because we're there. All right. So the first week in November would be that 18 months, if I remember correctly. Right. So we are there. Not to say that we can't press up a little bit higher here in November, but that is why you are seeing strategically, some people are offloading their assets, right? They've rode the train. They are 4-year cycle believers, and that is the only way that they trade. There's institutions that are kind of doing. I mean, Tesla offloaded. It's on the books. They offloaded. I want to say it was last quarter. So, that being said, there's a lot to think about here. But as of right now, I want to point this out to you. It's not all doom yet. Set a lower low, and then we can start talking about a very clear change in structure, in my mind. All right, set a lower low. We haven't done that yet. So that being said, if we do come down to the 0.786, we come down to the median. Yes, I will be looking for. I will look to ladder in to the current position that I've started with Bitcoin. Now, if we fall below that and then we fall below this, then it is what it is. I'm probably going to be upside down. I'm going to be holding this for a while, but I do believe once I'm bringing that cost basis down, that at some point, Bitcoin's going to go back to 100K. I don't think any of us would have a different mindset than that. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but as an investor in this asset, Bitcoin, do you think we'll never see 100K again? Yeah, we might have some gnarly times, if we go through the bear market, the 4-year cycle plays out, as people are expecting, which would, look back to 2021. And, one thing that you have to keep in the back of your memory as well is that, hey, off the high here, before we set a new all-time high, we went down 53%. 53%. We pulled back before we actually set a new high. Now, I do understand that there was some dynamics going on during these time periods that, would bring the price down. But here nor there, I mean, zoom out and look at what we're doing right now. This don't look bad. It really doesn't, especially if you're finding support at the 618. Like it's a beautiful technical area to find support. So it's if we lose, these areas, we start losing them consecutively, then you start changing your tune. So it's not doom and gloom. Yes, altcoins, it sucks. I get it. Altcoins, it really sucks. Other thing I want to point out to you, this happened overnight. So unfortunately, not much I could do about it. USDT dominance, something you guys know that I watch quite a bit, came up. Let's go to the daily. I mean, obviously on the weekly, it came to a technical area, but this is the one I was actually watching, was the 0.786 on the daily and a previous area of horizontal resistance. I mean, perfectly. So we came down to the 618 on Bitcoin. And you guys know I've talked about this. I talked about it. I got receipts. All right, I talked about it. Bitcoin coming down to the area of the golden pocket. USDT coming up to resistance, 0.786, got it. And then total market cap going to what? You know it before we even look at it, 3 trillion. Now, 618, look at that. Came down to the 618, around 3 trillion, it bounced. So I'm trying to figure out this Elliott wave stuff. And yes, that I have modified. I'm pulling the okey doke on you with the ABC correction because I do what I want to do. But I'm trying to figure that out. Hey, where is that A going to be, the B, the C? Is this it right here? Is this potentially, this is what I'm really trying to figure out, to be honest with you. Is this the ABC? Because this ain't really my thing, homies. This still fits. This still fits. I think both of them fit, to be honest with you. So this is something I'm kind of working through right now, but I could very much see this being it. And this technically still fits within the construct or the principles of an ABC correction as well. Okay, so that still does fit. Technically, this fits. All right, so could we see that move back up to this area of resistance and the structure, right? So then you have where the 0.382 is, but that's not really what we're concerned about. 3.5. All right, 3.5 trillion. Structure back up to the top of this, and then do you see that rejection and continue the structure back down? You know, that's kind of my big hang up. But what is that in the interim, in the shorter term? I mean, it's still, in my mind, opens up the opportunity for, we're hoping, a little bit of upside. And that fits kind of the structure we're seeing for both Bitcoin as well as total market cap. So again, you got to be careful. Can we work our way back up here? Absolutely. It would make perfect sense. And then at that point, I'm going to start evaluating for a potential short because, again, watching the structure. All right. Giving you the sauce. Username, what up to you, bro? I see you guys talking smack already. Let's see here. Kyle Fields. Yo, what up, dude? Good to see you, man. Liquidity comes out of the most risky assets first, which is Bitcoin, which is what we're seeing now. Total market cap is also good to look at. Yeah, man. So yes, it does. You're right. I will not argue that. However, you're still seeing a correlation between the NASDAQ to SPX, right? They both pulled back as well. And I think when we're talking like bear market, and this is really what my point, not so much on, you know, an intraday or even, you know, I would say weekly, I guess you could talk about that. But this is what I'm saying, like if we're entering the bear market, because I'm referencing a lot of the content creators, right? A lot of these homies are like, bear market engaged, right? 4-year cycle, whatever. You know, you see all the red thumbnails out there. And I just want to say, like, it's not going to be until the traditional market determines that we're in a bear market that we're really going to be in a bear market. That's kind of the point. But yes, I do agree with you that it does make sense for liquidity to flow out of Bitcoin first, right? They get out of the risk on assets. And I understand that. Definitely understand that. But I mean, hey man, this is the first time we've had some closes underneath the 50 SMA for the SPX. Haven't really looked too much at that. And if you guys are enjoying it, please give me a like and subscribe. I would love that. I guess I have to say that more for the algorithm. I don't know. Whatever. Let's see. Looking at the NASDAQ, it's struggling a little bit as well, right? It had a nice little pullback, fell through the 0.786. You do have a range demand zone here at about 21 to about 21.8 to about 20.8, right? Got a little range demand. And then obviously this was the area that I've been keying on for a long time. I just don't know if that's achievable here in the near term without some kind of black swan event, to be realsies with you. But if we do come back down to 2200 to about 19.8, that I very much expect to be there to be a bounce for the NASDAQ. But yeah, again, I mean, what is that actually? Let's measure that. At this point from the high, oof, that would be a tough one. But I believe 20% is what kind of sounds all the bells and whistles. So that's actually would probably be a healthy retest of the top of the range there to see that continuation to the upside. All right. Let's go ahead and move it over. We'll go over the Tau real quick because I know that was asked for. And I don't have a lot of TA on it. So we're gonna be doing this live and in color. We're going to be working through this together. As you can see, it has been a very long time. I did a crazy ass fixed range volume profile on the entire chart. That's banana land. All right, what do we got here? So looking at a change of character to the downside, not ideal on the daily, but you do, I mean, you got a bit of a range going right now. It looks like it's trying to hold. You got swing failure pattern right there at about 290. So that's kind of a good little line, a good little litmus test for you. Marking that on your chart here. Let's go ahead and mark that actually. So one of the things I'm looking at is where do you have support? Where do you have resistance? Right here, right? Very distinct groupings. Right there. Impulsive move through, retest, retest, this is what it is, right? This is more liquidity grab. SFP, liquidity grab, and then boom, takes off, right? Screws everyone and then takes off, the classic move. But now current time, right? This liquidity is off the table. That's already been taken off the market. So to come back down and retest this level, if you get a bounce out of this level, that's a true retest, and you can feel a little bit more comfortable about that. But this is, I don't know, this is probably a good little line in the sand for you at about 277 to 290. You want to kind of maintain that. You don't want to see, obviously, where it comes down below retest, and then you'll start looking for that move back down to probably about here. Yeah, I mean, there's hope right now, at least on the daily. But again, I would like it to see it to stay above these levels here. That's probably, I don't know your entry. I don't know where you really started investing in this thing. Is it up here? Is it up here? Who freaking knows? But here nor there, like if you were looking to have a play on BitTenzer, is I would say like you would start looking for bullish candles coming out of this area right here, and then that might be an opportunity to take. Looks like a very clear horizontal here. Move it just a bit to about. Let's take that off, and let's do a box here. All right. Yep, in there. Just want to see how it kind of lines up. Let's change that. Pink because it stank. See, I'm a child. I'm an absolute child. All right, so what you can see is very clear resistance, support, resistance, right? Groupings of price action, impulse move through. Tried to hold a support, ultimately falling through. And then, I mean, you can just see it over and over again. It's interacting with that level. So that should be a pretty good line in the sand for you in terms of looking for, hey, do we come down, we test this level, and then right there would be realistic. And that's about a 20% move that I wouldn't be too scared of. But again, you just want to see that buying pressure come in. If you even come down to revisit this area, you feel a lot better though if you get through this level, right? Because you can see the distinction in support and resistance. If you can get above this, breakout retest, and then you start looking, I mean, that thing can move. You can really get some jump if you get a breakout retest of that level, I believe. And again, that's right around 360. So I think that's a pretty big line in the sand for you. And then right about 285 is another pretty big line for you. Now this is very, zoomed out top level stuff. Not anything that's like intraday time now kind of stuff. Just want to point that out to you. But big thing is you are ranging more or less. Let's actually do a fixed range value profile real quick. That is, what am I doing? Wrong one. It's this one. No. There. Jesus Christ. Rookie mode engaged. There you go. So your value area low kind of aligns with your area of resistance there. So that adds a little bit of confluence. Let's turn on some of the moving averages here. Let's see. Let's get the 21. We got the 50 and the 200. There you go. So those are above you as well in the daily, adding a little bit more to the old resistance game here that we got going on. 21 is aggressively moving down. Get that cross. I mean, as we work our way up, it should kind of flatten out. But again, it's still going to add to what I perceive as being resistance in that zone. Take that off. Actually, let's look at the 4 hour. See where it's at on the 4 hour. There you go. So you got the 21, you're already kind of crossing that, and you got the 50 to work through on the 4 hour. This setup right here doesn't look spectacular, honestly, either. Once you start zooming in a little bit, getting the lower time frames. I mean, even if you get a breakout, like I wouldn't get too excited, right? Breakout straight into resistance, come down, retest, and then if you look for that move through. Again, I think the play here is really waiting for a breakout retest above 360. or, you know, exploring this area. This I think would be more of, you're kind of fishing a little bit. This you have a little bit of conviction in. You get above 360 with a breakout retest. This is kind of like, hey, like you're catching something at the bottom, but at the same time, it's not super high conviction. Because you're retesting the same area over and over again. Not to say it can't hold up, but I kind of look at it like chopping a tree a little bit, if that makes sense. Let's get rid of all this stuff, all this craziness. So again, that's just kind of a zoomed out look at things. But again, I think my higher conviction area is probably up here. And just look for that breakout, test the 200, come down, retest, and then you can look for a move up to the POC. And that would be a really, really strong, nice move too. Yeah, 16%. So you got opportunity for a 20% play here, 16% play here. If we're just isolating what we have kind of going on though, this looks poopy. I mean, it's showing, it's like on life support right now since about November, but that could just be the market, man. I mean, the market itself, right? Since Bitcoin's been off the high, it's been down and right. So that's your North Star anyways. So it's kind of hard to tell, but I guess the good news is, as I'm just kind of looking at it and thinking about it, is it did set a high in terms of like, you know, this local area, this range right here, that is the high in November, right? So it did show some life. Right on. I think I beat that up enough. Let's see what else we got going on here. Let's scroll down a little bit. See, username always gotta be talking smack, bro. Alex, oh, what up, bro? Good to see you in the chat, man. Love you, homie. Just broke 4-hour structure. Let's see, on the 4-hour. You're talking about right here? Yeah, you gotta change the character on the 4-hour. Right there. I see that. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong, man. But is that the play you want to take? Like if I saw this somewhere else, like not where we're like running straight into a key level of resistance, like I'd be a little bit more excited about it, but that's tough. I mean, if you're looking to take this intraday or shorter time frame, I mean, you're looking to, you're gonna have to break this. But let's see, what does that give you? What does that give you? About a 5% move. It's there. I mean, but it's not something I would take personally. And I could be wrong. It just doesn't align kind of with my style. So it's not something I would jump on. Right? I like this. This is what daddy like right here. So yeah, man. All right, I'm gonna move on to the next one. Sorry, like I said, that was very top down look at it. Let's look at Ethereum. You guys mentioned that. Wow, we were so close. Yeah, username, you can suck it. I've been looking at this area for so long. I got front run a little bit. I may have been being maybe a little too precise. Probably could have expanded that range a little bit. That's tough. So, I mean, it's already pretty much already played out. Maybe we'll come back down, but like this was the move I was looking for. Look at the buying pressure coming in. Look at the wicks right there. Of course that happens, you know. Let's see. Yeah. But that was it. I mean, that was pretty damn close, right? Like, it's obviously doing analysis freaking months in advance, but again, you know, that was the move that I was pretty confident in. We'll see if it comes down. I'd still say I'm not against jumping in if we get some buying pressure that comes out of that range. Maybe it just got front run a little bit. It's possible. Maybe we still can come down, but if we see a change of character here on the 4 hour, right, then this might be shot. But here nor there, we did get a very nice move. That is 5.68%, and I think we were looking for about an 8% move. So I don't want to say I hope it comes down here, because I selfish for a trade, but I know a lot of you guys are invested in ETH, so here nor there. Still potential though. If you're looking at the descending level of resistance here, again, lower highs, lower lows, it's still in play. There's no doubt about it for it to actually come down here, but I'm sure willing buyers, are stepping in for Ethereum, because this area has been just so pivotal. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I'll just zoom out real quick. Tell me you can't see it. If you can't, then something wrong with you. Very distinctly grouped in terms of support and resistance. That's the clearest horizontal that I can see on pretty much any chart. So that's what I've been waiting for. I've been months ahead of this one. We'll see if it holds up. But as of right now, if you want to see some bullish continuation, you're gonna have to see a change of character on the 4 hour, daily, whatever the case may be. But right about here at about 3,200, get over that. So this line right here, boom, boom, and then you want to see it move up, right? And then that would be about where I would say I'm not willing to play the game anymore. That is a super strong horizontal right here, which is why I left it on the chart. Let me zoom up just a little bit more. Get rid of that. Let's extend this out. There you go. So that's about where I'd be done playing that game. There you go. So that takes you up to about 35. About 35. And then game back on if we can get up there, right? So this will be, a little bit quicker intraday. If we get back, we reestablish the range above about 3,600, then it's game on, right? You get above the 200, get back above this horizontal level, you get a change of character on the daily. Yeah, man. Then you're probably pushing back up, but there's a lot that has to happen first, right? It's not just saying, hey, it's all back, everything's good, it's all Gucci, because it ain't. You got a long way to go. You got a long way to go to get up there. Then you got to break that level. So you could be looking for initial rejection as it does. If it does push back up, right? 200, I would look for probably a quick trade there. Kind of following the structure a little bit. Quick little rejection before it tries again, if it tries again. But could be an opportunity there for a quick little short. Overall, still looking bearish. It's really just following the structure right now. All right, let's see here. Scrolling back over to the chat. Don't be mad at me because you failed. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here. You were trying to tell me, oh, there's buyers stepping in. All this liquidity's flowing back into Ethereum. I was like, all right, man. 2,900. It's just what I'm looking at. Don't shoot the messenger, my friend. Don't shoot the messenger. What's this song called? Let me look. The one that's going right now? Let me me see here. This is an instrumental by ElevenX, so he actually has an actual song as well. This is Till, let me see here, Till I Hear 'Em Say. There you go. It's ElevenX. So a lot of the words that have lyrics in it are ElevenX because it's free on YouTube, and some of the songs are actually decent. And we all love the one song, Go. You guys know that one. But this is in my TA section. So everything in the TA section, whenever I'm doing this is all there's no words in this. None of these songs have words in it. But yeah, no worries. Just scrolling through, see if there's anything big I missed. All right, nothing too crazy. Y'all talking hockey stuff. Yeah, Capitals aren't doing that good this year, so it is what it is. Let's see here. Let's look at Cardanzo. All right, we came down through our buy zone. Liquidity is now off the table. We are kind of coming back to a nice little level. Like, we got a little horizontal here. There is a little something to hang our hats on at this level. You can see support, you can see resistance, you can see support, resistance again. So there's a little bit to hang your hat on around there. I would say, hey, for Cardano, kind of same thing with the Bittender, right? You don't really want to fight the structure, but if you get above, I'd say the buy zone, right? You reestablish the zone. Let's say you come up to the moving averages, retest, and then look for that continuation up to a very key horizontal level at 60 cents. I think that's on the table. I'd be careful right now. I did buy. I bought at 50 cents. So you guys already know my plan. I buy here, bring cost basis middle, and look for that move up. Now, if it just goes up from here, I ain't mad either. Because right there to there, that's a 17% move. I'm anyone else Gucci with that? I am. So I got two ways to play the game here. That's kind of why I've taken the approach that I have. You can have a way to long these things, but it's just a measured approach where you're laddering into the position. So that's the approach I've taken on Cardano, AVAX again, down to the buy zone, taking the rest of the liquidity off the table, right? From here to here, that's liquidity. All that up in there, that's all gone. It's taking all that off the table. So kind of samesies, right? Now this would be ideal, but that's probably more what I would like to see as well. So it gets back over the zone, just like this. Breakout, retest, 16.9, 17 really. And then we're looking for some move to the upside, I think. And let's see here. So you got the value area low, the previous range would actually acted as a resistance here too. So I think you extend that out to but let's just call it 20. 20 is a nice psychological area. Just below the value area low, just below the 200. 200 is going to continue to work its way down. I think that makes a lot of sense as well. That's 24% move. Anyone mad about that? Actually, a little less. That's less. Don't let me lie to you. Don't let me lie to you. No. That's not what I want. There we go. Let's go up to 20. Let's be real. 1995. Who's younger than that? All right. That's about 17% move. So there you go. We'll bring this down a little bit. Just make that a little bit more accurate to scale, we'll say. The risk we the risk we have right now for AVAX, and this is why I think it's moving a little bit slower, is like you're getting below this zone, right? You're getting below the zone. So like what we don't want to see happen for AVAX, the scary part right now is that if it falls down, comes back up for a retest and gets rejected, yikes. Right? And I mean, if you're looking at it on the 4 hour, you're okay right now. You're getting a ascending level of support going into that area. So that's actually okay. But if you see that breakdown, like we don't get back into the zone, that's going to be a little bit scary for AVAX. But again, I got a plan. Bring it on down to about, $9, $10. I am going to DCA into AVAX again as well, bringing the cost basis there to the middle. And I'm going to be okay with that because over time, I'm rather confident that AVAX will get back to $14. And if it does, man, that'll be about a 20% move, right? So I'll bring my cost basis down to the middle there. So I got a game plan. I'm not just saying like, hey, buy the dip. Like that's not what I'm screaming. I'm just, things have changed, showing a downtrend on, multiple charts. And we're getting down to critical levels. We're getting down to key levels that have shown you a penchant to provide, some sort of price reaction. And so that's why I'm looking at this level down here as well. As you can see, that's like the freaking bear market bottom. If we fall through that, then it just might mean it's over for AVAX, right? Like at that point, I made a bad investment. I don't know what else to say, man. Like on the reels, if it falls down here, then maybe I made a bad investment. Maybe I was off. But that's also why I don't full bag. I'm not throwing my whole portfolio into it. What I do typically when I'm looking at these types of positions, I don't take any more than $1,000. And with each trade, with each time that I ladder into positions, that's it. I use $1,000. All right. And that's how I typically approach it. I don't do anything weird. I don't just, oh, you know what? I got this big conviction. Let's just 10K it, baby. It's at the bear market bottom. Let's 10K this thing. No, I don't really do that. So I'll just throw a G, and then I'll get my, hopefully 14 to 15% return when it works its way back up to retest the lows here. So nothing too crazy. Nope. Not going to be rich, but I'll take my singles all day. I will take my singles all day. All right, let's see what we got. It's such a hater. He skipped my questions. I don't even know what you asked, man. It's hard to keep up with you. Do you think institutions and Binance worked hand in hand? What about an AI bubble? Okay, I don't know jack about an AI bubble. Like, I know everyone's talking about it, but I have no big take on that. I do know that some of those companies, like per the news, are already asking for money from the government to keep their operations going. One of those would be OpenAI, but that's like my knowledge base. Okay, so I don't have a lot of information on that. Do I think institution and Binance worked hand in hand? I'm starting to think that's a yes. I think, one, there was an issue with Binance's books. That's fact. Everyone knew it. They were actually trying to fix it. It proceeded like literally days before they were going to fix that issue that they've been called out for. It preceded it by days. And the amount of liquidity that left the market, one, there was a cascading effect. It cleared out a lot of retail. And I think that's why the sentiment is stupid bad right now. It cleared out a lot of retail, but like it also takes a driving force to start that liquidation event. And I think that is institutional. Why not bring the market down? If you have conviction, you're all in on something, right? They're just like crypto this, crypto that. It's the thing. It's how we might save the debt issue or fix the debt issue. Like there's all these narratives that are going, but if they have conviction in it, don't they want to accumulate it cheaper? Like that's the name of the game. Buy low, sell high. And they get to control that as big money. They get to control that, not us. All we do is try to ride the coattails. Because think about it, when we're looking at this price action, when we're looking at some of these moves, a lot of times we're being reactive to what we're seeing populating on the charts, right? We're trying to diagnose something that's already happened. Now, there's times where you can try to get ahead of it. That's what I tried to do with Ethereum with the 28 to 2900. I'm like, hey, there's a key level. It speaks to you on the chart, right? You try to do that. You try to find a confluence between USDT dominance, total market cap, Bitcoin. Like, okay, cool, we see this. And if this lines up, which it did last night, then you would expect an initial reaction. And we got that. But the thing is, we got that. Now what? And so, like, again, that puts us right back to following the trend, following the institutional money. Like, if you start looking at some of the spikes in volume, like there was a massive spike in volume on October 10th when we had that liquidation event. A massive spike in volume. Now, one, something drove it into that cascading effect. And that's where I think, yeah, there's institutional, I don't know if manipulation is right, but it probably is to a point. And I told you guys before, I'm not a big manipulation guy. I don't scream about manipulation very much or very talk about it. But I think that October 10th will go down as one of those days that, like, was pretty clear. It was pretty clear. It cleared so much liquidity off the market. So, all right. We talked about ADA, AVAX, Solana. We need to talk about Solana. It got a big bounce. Almost came down to a key level, but it didn't quite make it. I think my man Alex O hit pretty big on that. But we've talked about this level quite a bit. Apparently he nailed it. I think he had 130 on his chart, which I had as my that's my alert. That was my starting point. Hey bro, wake up. Start evaluating. My buy zone is actually right here. So he nailed it. All I got was a funny alert saying, hey, take a look. I didn't actually buy though. So I was a little lower. I was at 127 is where I was looking to buy. That's what we talked about. Just based on front running. Irony, I was trying to front run it and I got front run, which is annoying, but it's all good. It's all good, man. Honestly, just looking at that, still, I mean, you still need to see a change of character there. That looks, right now, it's just kind of following its way down, right? Lower highs, lower lows. Hasn't broke. Once it breaks, that kind of changes everything for the current move right now. But short time frame, yeah, I mean, there's still an opportunity to come down here. There's an opportunity, and that's where I'll leave that at. But nice bounce for Solana. Did have a break of structure on the daily, so you want to get back above that. 200's way up here at 180. 21, the 50. Let's see what the 4 hours showing us. Yep, that's invalid at this point. Yeah, again, we're seeing a consistent horizontal level at about 145. That's really what you would like to see. Honestly, get over the moving averages. Just kind of retest this area right there. And then you look for that move back up, probably to the value area low of the previous range. It's about 155. Sorry, it was about 6%. And you get over some of the moving averages on the 4 hour, which is nice. So there's opportunity there, but yeah, that's just solid. That's solid right there on the 4 hour. Just have that many consecutive candles. Obviously willing buyers here. Where's the volume? Yeah, so you got some big buys in there. But you take kind of the average, right? You want to take the average, and this is big money. Anything above that average is big money. And on the heels of the ETF, right? Like, remember, I mean, Ethereum dropped, Bitcoin dropped. Once you can start trading the ETF, so to see this drop, not surprising, but remember what happened afterwards, especially for Bitcoin. It's been up and away, my friends. I'll have to look at where Ethereum started in terms of the ETF once that was announced and where it's at in correlation to that. That'd be an interesting one. Let's see. BitTenzer. You guys were in a long on that. How you looking right now? 4%. down 4%. You guys, some hopium for you guys. This is the daily DJ. If you guys are new here, I'm going to keep it pretty tight though, to be realsies with you guys. So we will see this close probably during the show. I think you have potential. There you go. We'll keep that tight. That'll probably get stopped out. But daily DJing, just having some fun, letting you. Yeah, that's probably that might get stopped out right now. But just having a little fun, letting you guys choose if we go long or short, and we just go for it, man. We just go for it, having a little fun. Let's see. Let's go back to the chat. Alex tried saying everything is Gucci on his live, and man. For you it flows. Yeah, I mean, I'd say I've probably got a little bit more hood than Alex does. Trade Intuition, what up, dude? Good to see you, Joe. We got Mark Dutch in here. What up, bro? How you doing, man? Oh, here we go. Al Jr. You know it. Hey, dog, the market's not red today. The market is not red today. You're going to have to say, pump it. All right, let's see what you got. Oh, boy. You said the Epstein file is about to be released live. Okay. Prepare for either pump or dump. That will be interesting. I've been hearing they're going to release those for a long time, man, and I have yet to see it. I've yet to see it. Been listening for an hour. All I heard you say was lions suck. Did I miss anything? You did not. TradeFly was featured on 50 Cent in the club. Hey, let's go. There it is. There it is, man. What else we got in here? And see, I changed my pumping music is different than a lot of these people too, right? Yeah. There you go. All right. We used to have some fun audio clips when I had FD, man. What was the one we had it was from Friday. Oh, top flight security of the world, Craig. Of the world. All right, so Solana, yeah, this is my buy zone here. If we come down here, I will look to adding to some bags for Solana. For show. You know what we got to look at is Ondo. I haven't looked at that too much. There you go. It's like there's your like last line in the sand for Ondo. Hoping for a bounce there at about 50 cents. Nice round number too. Looks ugly though. Come on, guys. Like we have gotten beat up. That was a bone. 50 cents, Ondo. Come on, dude. I know people that bagged up at $1. I feel bad for them, but it came down to the 200 off this high. What was it at? I want to know because there is some prominent names. It is some prominent names. Trust me. I ain't gonna say the name or the names, but they were like, "Let it be known. Let it be known." Bagging in at $1. So we take this low here. Higher high. There you go. There's your low. Okay. I mean, I see where their mind was at. If it was around here, anything else would be crazy. Because you're coming down, you're breaking the level, you're retesting. And that one, yeah, that would be tough. So if they bought around here, okay. I could see it, but why not? Why not protect yourself? And let's, maybe they have a plan. Buy around $1, buy around 50 cents, maybe. I don't know. I don't know, man. Like, I'm not against laddering into Ondo right now. Who would have thought? $2. We're at 50 cents right now. Who would have thought? And just hold it. If we go down bear market lows, I mean, how bad can it go? 25 cents? 27 cents? Top of the range here where it started. This wick. Little confluence there. That's really about 30 cents, but think it'll get back to $1 at some point? That's the question. Like when you start changing your mindset, like that's the question you start asking yourself is like, hey, do you think we can go back to a very realistic, not the top? Like I am not, I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's been to $2 before. Man, buy it at 55 cents. We're going back to $2. Nah. That's not, that ain't what I'm saying. But even if you're saying that if you go back up and retest at 200, you're sitting at about 87. If we interpolate a little bit, extrapolate, whatever you want to say, extrapolate. I think that's the right term. 80 cents. Buy here, comes down, buy here. Think we can get back up to 80 cents? I think so. Just a different mindset. We don't catch this, unfortunately. Sometimes you get lucky. But you can catch these little ones, right? Let's say theoretically we buy here and here at 30 cents. Where's that put us? And again, I'm just kind of swagging it, right? Just a little swag. So let's just say about 40 cents ish, which I think is actually conservative, up to 80 cents. Well, yeah, I should be smart enough to do that math. But there you go. I mean, that's you're 2x in that thing, man. It's 100% move. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, if you're not just bagging in and just blowing your load and trying to shoot stuff to the moon, you can conservatively enter into some of these, right? You just got to be patient. Got to be patient and have a game plan, right? And that's that. I mean, again, like if you're asking yourself, is Ondo going to get back to 80 cents? I mean, I would argue it'd probably get back to $1, but 80 cents is very realistic. And, you know, just looking at some of these levels, like look at this horizontal, right? Very clear support, very clear resistance, support, resistance. Got it. Like that's a pretty nice level, right around 76, 78 cents, right? Of course. I mean, you'll have to kind of swag it a little bit, trying to get ahead of it. But I don't know, man. I don't see that as a terrible idea. Let's look at XRP real quick. Last one, and then I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta give you guys time back. I was late, so we go a little late. Oh, you can see my buy zone. We're not there yet. Actually looks better than some of them because you've seen that third stair step down. I know people probably are like, XRP, but you had consolidation and then it's staying in the range for the most part, right? I mean, it's kind of trending to the downside, but it's still staying in a range. It hasn't taken that third stair step down where you've seen a lot of them where you got 1, 2, 3, and they've reached the buy zone. XRP is not. It stood up pretty well. You got the POC, the previous range here. It's been acting as support. So whether you like it or not, XRP is actually holding up okay. Problem it's facing right now is it's under the 200, but it doesn't really change where I would feel comfortable with entering in a position. If we get one more move down for XRP, yeah, I'm cool. About 170. And then it gets weird. If you lose that, it's it'd be yucky. I mean, I guess you have an opportunity here at 131, but that's not even that strong. Look at how quickly it moved through these areas. You're coming way back to 2021 to find really a frame of reference. I mean, you have this quick pit stop right here, resistance support, but 2021 is really like where you have like some true volume. So honestly, the dollar mark is the more prominent zone between the two of them here. I would probably not ladder in here. I would say first stop, second stop, about $1 plus a psychological area, which will bring your cost basis to the middle here, right about where this is. Right about where that line is. Pretty close. Oh man, I was supposed to look at one more thing. I think it's XMR. Somebody asked me to look at that earlier. It's Morpho, right? Is that Morpho? Or no? XMR is XMR. Oh my god. Yeah, XMR looks good, man. What do you say to that? It's the most bullish thing that we've looked at today. Not even close. You got the 618s in at about 380. You got the 21 kind of riding underneath here. You got a nice little trend line, all adding a little bit of confluence in that area at about 370 to 380. Looking for some support there. I do like this horizontal, but the problem is like this horizontal, yes, is the 0.786, but then you're losing that trend. You're losing the 21. Is that the 21? Yeah, it is. That's the 21 SMA. So you'd be losing the 21 SMA and the golden pocket here. But I mean, 0.786 horizontal, I like that a lot. Like in terms of coming back down and retesting the range highs here, or I guess not the range highs, but previous highs. And that's at about 350. But you got a really bullish looking chart. I mean, if you're looking to ride this, if you see it pull back to the golden pocket and you see that buying pressure come in, right? You see some nice little wicks coming out of that area, you might be able to keep riding this a little bit. I mean, it's getting a little, that's tough. Like, I don't know that I'd personally be interested in taking anything long-term on it, but you know, taking a stab at it when it hits the golden pocket, plus having confluence between the moving average and the trend line, I wouldn't be against that. Obviously, the range I like a little better would be down here where the horizontal is at about 350, the 0.786, and again, the top of the ranges. That's probably where I would look to take maybe like more of a swing trade, something a little bit longer term. Like that area a little bit better. But yeah, it looks good right now, man. Looks good. Just a quick look at Apple and Tesla. Apple, not too surprising. Getting pretty close to the top of the channel there. Let's see. Any opportunities yet? Golden pocket aligns with the 50 SMA. Following the trend. I like that. That's what Tesla's doing. Just real quick. Pulling back. All right, it's starting to pull back to an area I've been waiting for. Man, what a freaking gnarly move. So it's coming back down to this horizontal here. Let's go ahead and extend that out. Every time you think it's done, it's not. Retested the horizontal here, bottom of the range. I think this is very probable that it comes down here. So that looks like a breakout retest. Let's go to a 4-hour real quick just to see. Yep. There you go. Pretty tried and true, baby. You break, come up, you retest, continuation. Coming down to the 200, that might provide a little bit of support here. But I do like the horizontal, so I'd probably wait. That sucks sometimes. Like, you want to see if this 200 was underneath this horizontal, I'd be like, yeah, you got a little gap here as well. But yeah, I think looking in that range at about 370, 371, nice little opportunity for a bounce there for Tesla as well. All right, for realsies, gonna get out of here. Maybe a Band-Aid, what up to you? Good to see you in the chat. Let me see here. All right, you guys are off the rocker per the norm. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Let me see. What's Tao go bye-bye. Tao go bye-bye. It gone. All right, you guys don't need to see it. It's gone. She gone. Daily DJing. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I hope everyone has a great day. Much love to you guys for being here in the chat. Like, subscribe, do those fun things. But as always, trade safe, be safe. I'm out.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yeah, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.